My question is, what is the government's policy in terms of labor rates? And is there a mandated rate increase each year? And what effect is that going to have on manufacturers in terms of staying competitive with other Asian countries and countries like Mexico?
Okay, thank you for your question. So first, yes, I would like to repeat this. What is the Pak Sunoto's mentioned that for the government policy, we start from the ban of the raw material. For I will to answer your question. And then I think from this policy we will get the accelerate of the capability of the industry in the domestic. So in the parallelly we are launch of the program to increase of the production capability. The industry. My office have been launched of the some of the action for the increasing of the capability of the capacity of the production and the design as well. That is point. Some of the program is already launched, and then also penetration of the market by the facilitate of the exhibition, and also we set up of the we plan to set up of the permanent what we call a permanent showroom in Shanghai, and we plan also set up the Dubai. Mr. Talal is already here. He will ask us to create the market in the Dubai and Israel. Maybe Pak Talal can comment something. Bahasa Indonesia, yeah.
What exact plans do you have at the moment for working more closely with other UBM shows? Obviously, each show in the East has its own strengths. Do you have any particular ideas of how you're going to work together with the big shows in India, Malaysia, China, and try and make Ifex a unique part of that trip?
Well, maybe Chris can answer this question.
Okay, thank you for your question. I think in terms of this Southeast Asia region, I think the two markets between the Malaysian market and the Indonesian market are very different. And I think the furniture offerings that you will see at the Malaysian International Furniture Fair in KL is quite different from what you're seeing as you're walking around the halls here in Jakarta today. So I think the two shows are very complementary. But at the same time, I think Southeast Asia as a region is obviously playing a huge role in the supply of furniture to global markets. And if there's better coordination and cooperation between the producer nations, then there's a win-win for the whole region, I think, in terms of getting buyer attention to these exhibitions here in Southeast Asia. And I think in terms of the cooperation with the shows we have in China, for example, or in the UK, obviously these are big buying markets in their own rights. And so by raising the profile of the Ifex show in China, and in London and through Europe, I think we can get more buyers coming here, which will benefit the Indonesian furniture industry.
My question is, Indonesia is a very big country. For furniture industry, you need resources, you need manpower, and you have both. But your export ranking in the world and in the region is unfortunately not able to reflect the strength of Indonesia. Can I ask, what is missing, and what are you going to do to make Indonesia go ahead and overtake everybody?
Yeah, I think the main reason is the political will from our country, for the regulation, and then For example, you know, the last 6 years, Indonesian government export raw material. That is the crazy policy. And then start from 2012, ban totally. And then, for example, China is now on interest to come to Indonesia to invest here. So, except that we invite the exhibitor in Indonesia, we also invite the investor to come to Indonesia, invest here. For us, no problem as long as the job is in Indonesia, because we need job for our people here, because in ratio $1 billion, the absorption of worker is 500,000 until 1 million worker. That is the ratio. So if we opted the 20 or 2 million, it's time 1 million worker. So if you ask what's wrong, I think the main problem is the political will of our government. And for start now, as minister said, for the next we can working together aspect by aspect. Okay.